in my experience as a lawyer, when we had someone who didn't want to turn over damaging information, they would go to court and they would try to block it. They would try to hide it, or they would bury you in paperwork. And I think that's what's happening now when it comes to Marilyn Monroe, Janis, Joplin, Elvis Presley. You're giving so much information that it sort of buries the lead. And I think that's one of the strategies here. And on one side, they're not giving up as much as they should. They're keeping 3 million pages, and they're saying it's because of the deliberative process exception. They're saying it's because of work product, even though those exceptions were not mentioned in the Epstein Files Transparency Act. And now they're also overproducing, giving this whole litany of names so that Donald Trump's name is buried in there behind Elvis Presley and so many others. So this is a strategy. The whole motivation is to protect the boss. And we don't know if there was criminal activity amongst the MAGA leaders. We just know there's smoke there, and it would be better for everyone involved, including President Trump, quite frankly, just to rip the Band-Aid off, release everything, and get this scandal behind them.
Well, DOJ's letter says no records were withheld or redacted on the basis of embarrassment, reputational harm, or political sensitivity, including to any government official, public figure, or foreign dignitary. But this redacted file that Congressman James Walkinshaw viewed when he went to the DOJ has him wondering if that's true. Here's what he told me yesterday. Take a listen.
The one that I think is most significant, there was an email from Epstein's lawyers to Epstein describing a 20-minute phone call they had with Donald Trump in 2009, where they asked him if he had been on Epstein's jets. And he said, well, I fly on a lot of planes. I don't remember whether I was on that one. When he was asked, had he been to Epstein's mansion, and he gave another denial.
So, Dave, could there be a legal reason to redact that other than shielding the president from embarrassment?
Well, shielding anyone from embarrassment is specifically not a reason to withhold documents. It's actually in the act. But what is a reason to withhold documents in the act is an ongoing criminal investigation. And that was a mistake, I think, by the drafters of this law. They allowed the administration to say, well, we just started an investigation into Democrats affiliated with Epstein, and we're going to broaden it out. So that's an excuse. And then they're taking excuses that are not in the act, like deliberative process exemption and work product exemption, and they're saying we're going to rely on that. That's where it's going to have to be litigated, Alex. So the next step is that the members of Congress need to go to a federal judge, file a lawsuit, and then ask for a special master. You saw that he tried to do it, but they did it in the wrong way. They went to a judge who was involved with the Ghislaine Maxwell grand jury transcripts. That's not the right approach. You have to file a separate lawsuit, and you say that the administration is withholding documents in violation of our new law, appoint a special master, get involved. I think that's what's going to happen next.